with 2.6 kilometres to go, because I think, you know, Sean, on the right-hand side, there's going to be some big fighting between those big trains to hold that part of the road.
Yes, there will be a big fight, but you can see they're just looking around, and you can see Intermarché for Girmay just looking about there, and the Group AM FDJ at the other side of the road, on the left-hand side, as we look at the overhead shot, you know, they're also holding position, and they're all just waiting off. 2.2 to go. That's always the situation. Try and not take it up too early. Hold off as long as possible. But sometimes that can be a risk, and you can get crowded out.
Ballerini still at the front there of that four-man train for Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl. Hollenstein in the middle. On the right, as we look at it now, Catterford, the Canadian. He's racing for Israel Premier Tech. The man they want to deliver is Giacomo Nizzolo. It's a fight on the right-hand side for DSM, and there is still no sign of Alpecin Phoenix or Mathieu Van der Poel, Robbie.
No, there's not, and you saw the balance of power change at the front. Groupama FDJ were lined up well, but then Israel Premier Tech took the front, swung to the left, then Groupama's behind them, and in the meantime, in the middle, Caleb Ewan and Mark Cavendish, they got really caught up and boxed in. Fortunately for them, they've got time. They're moving back out. Caleb Ewan still got riders around him, and they're trying to make space for him to keep sliding through, following Mark Cavendish. Big bump at the front from Cofidis. That was Chimolai for Consoni, shoulder to shoulder with the first rider of the Quick-Step team, and they're back on track up the right-hand side now, and they're going to the front.
1 kilometre to go. You could just see Gavidia was on the radio asking his team to move to the front. Azure Desert do the same for Vendrame in the centre as well. It's a fight all the way to the line now, and there's some serious locomotives left here. You can see on the left-hand side, right as we look at it now, Ballerini is motoring. Von Leerdberger's behind them. Then it's Mirko, then it's Cavendish wearing 171 on the blue jersey. He's back in the region where he won his first ever Giro D'Italia stage back in 2008. On the left as we look at it now, it's bumped out, and Von Leerdberger, he was taken out almost there by the rider from Cofidis. It's Groupama at the front then. They've got a clear run at it. Mirko is going to have to move up and bring Cavendish out. They've been put out of position. 500 metres to go. On the left-hand side, a couple of riders move off. It's just Guarnieri left now to launch the main man, who is Demar. But here comes Mirko through the centre. Ball now launching his sprint. They only start to see the finish line. Demar, who's boxed in the corner. It's Girmay, it's Cavendish and Ewan. Cavendish is at the front. Here comes Caleb Ewan. Caleb Ewan go to the finish. Demar's coming back. He's rapid. Oh, 3 of them to the line. Caleb Ewan, Arnaud Demar, Mark Cavendish. That was one messy sprint. They were all over the place.
And
Demar
I think
not celebrating, neither is Ewan.
Ewan didn't dare. He had that grimace on his face. He is really not sure either. Throw for the line. When it comes to a throw, Demar's got the longer throw, and I had the impression that Demar has just got there, but we do absolutely need to see the photo.
How did you see it, King Kelly?
Well, it looked like that Ewan was holding on there, but in the throw it's just difficult. It's just centimetres, and you know, the head-on shot, it's always so difficult. But for me, it looked like that Ewan has just got it, but again, I've been wrong so many times in this situation. But what a sprint between the 3 fast men in this Giro.
Normally we have to wait to see the helicopter shot to have a look to see exactly what's happened. We get the head-on shot and we're not sure. You usually know by seeing riders' reactions what's happened. But none of them, as Robbie was just saying, wanted to really celebrate, wanted to look rather silly if they thought it was them. We think it's between Demar and Ewan, with Cavendish just behind them.
Yes, it looked like that, and you know, what a sprint there, and yeah, movement there. It looked a very scrappy sprint. We see Danesi from DSM. He moved over to allow Bull to come through, and he took Gaviria totally out of the sprint with him. So,
and we've got a result. Judging from that picture, it's 2 out of 2 for Arnaud Demar, and Arnaud Demar wins his 7th stage of the Giro d'Italia down the years. No Frenchman has won more. Bernard Hinault beaten. Jacques Anquetil won behind him as well. 7 stages at the Giro for Arnaud Demar, and that jersey fits him ever so more tightly now.
Well, that's what we said. Once Demar just gets a 1, well, then he is really up for it, and firing at 100%. Yeah, the question is, will they have a re-look at the photo finish here? But we can see there, it looks like Demar, but it's so close.
Just seen an image of the photo finish thanks to our colleagues at Tissot Timing. And it does look like it's that bike throw, exactly that Robbie was saying. He called it. He said De Maar has the better bike throw. Now, here is the replay. Last kilometre. Wow. There was one moment where Van Leerberger was taken out of the train as well, and Cavendish and Quickstep had to come from a long, long way back. I think it was Chimolai that did the damage.
Yes, we could see Chimolai here. He just positions Consoni and then moves over and totally takes more cough out of it. And yeah, Cavendish have to just change, just make a move and move on to the train that's over to the left-hand side.
And there was a look round and wondering where Gavidia was. He'd been taken out of it. There you go, by a couple of riders from Lotto. There's Dainese coming across, as you said. That's a problem for Gavidia. He gets caught up, does well just to keep it upright. Vendrame in the white jersey behind. There's all sorts. There's Nizzolo, who bumps as we see one of the riders going backwards, who was Guarnieri. Girmay got a clean run at it, or cleaner than most. He wasn't able to keep the pace. Ewan looks like he's about to come round and beat Cavendish, who'd been at the front, but it's De Maar on the bike throw, we think, who's taken it. Here's our look. The Maglia Ciclamino against the man in the red. Unless you stop it and show the photograph, you can't see that, because it actually looks like Ewan's carrying more speed there.
Yes, it looked like it, but you can see there it's such a tight one between De Maar and Ewan. Apologies there, I was saying it was Murkoff was taken out, but it was a teammate. Leerberger was actually the one who was moved over. But yeah, what a sprint between the three fast men in this race, and just fractions of a centimetre at the finish line.
Arnaud De Maar celebrating as the winner. This is the photo finish. It looks as though Arnaud De Maar is the man who has it.